So, I've been thinking a lot about placing old wine in old wineskins versus new wine in new wineskins. And as I thought about the concept of when we go to God and we say, fill us up, fill me up, God, till I overflow. I want to run over, I want to run over. But the reality is, we can't put new wine in old wineskins or it'll make the wineskins burst. And essentially, we are vessels. So we are essentially wineskins. And so what we put into our spirit has to be of God. And that's what I want to see what happens when we take our old selves and we try to be filled by the Holy Spirit. And we say we're already filled up with sin, with lust, with anger, with jealousy, with envy, with adultery, with fornication. We're filled up with so much stuff in our lives. Even self-doubt is a form of sin because it lacks faith. Even us refusing to walk forward into our destiny is an act of fear, and God has not given us a spirit of fear. So, I'm going to place this sinful nature, the old wineskin, into a clear container. And I want to see what happens when we pour the Spirit of God into this old container, into this old wineskin. I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder if we'll be able to fill up quickly enough that the old things are passed away and that we're able to really usher in the new. And if not, then we're really doing ourselves a disservice. And so what I think is that it's going to take too much to fill us with the good stuff, to fill us with the God stuff, to fill us with the right stuff. And so what we need to do is to get to a place where we usher out the old so that we can begin to walk into the new, so that we can begin to walk into the things of God. So let's see what happens. I don't think we want God to fill us up with just the new. I think we want to get rid of the old altogether. We want to purge the old altogether. Because it is not until we completely purge the old that we're truly able. Until we purge all of the old, we're not really going to be able to operate in the goodness of God and to everything that He wants for us. You see all that old stuff spilling out? Yes, it's coming out. But how much of God's Spirit has to be poured into us before we can be running over with the good stuff? I'm at the end. And you still see, if you come a little bit closer, this water, this old vessel is still a little tainted. Can you see that? Can you see that it may not be deep green, but it's still a seafoam green. So there's still more work to do. I'm going to get a little bit more water. I'm going to get a little bit more of God's new spirit. I have about a cup and a half left in here. And I want to see if that cup and a half, for God to truly fill us up to the point that the goodness, to the point that confidence, to the point that faith, to the point that steadfastness is overflowing. We have to get rid of the old. And so that brings me to the point of completion. We've got to complete some things in our lives so that we can usher out the old. In order to get rid of the old so that we can be filled with new wine and our new wineskins, we've got to complete the cycle and get rid of the past so that we can truly be filled up from the inside out. And so whatever it is that's holding you back, whatever assignment you've been given that you've been disobedient to, that you haven't stepped out on and embraced It's time to complete that assignment. If God has told you to become fit mentally, physically, spiritually, get it done. If He's told you to write a book, start a ministry, get it done. It's no more time for excuses. It's time out for excuses. It's time to complete one thing. It's time to get rid of the sinful nature so that you can move forward in your destiny. So that's the word for today. It's time for completion. Get rid of the old so that you can truly be filled to the point of overflowing with the new. Have a great day. Peace.